tongue off.
Alright. Say, my name's Larry, and I volunteer for this.
Wait, hold on. Let me take a deep breath.
Okay.
My name Larry, and I volunteer to this. Oh! 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 Come on! Come on!
Now you get caught. It's all over. I'm so proud of you, Larry.
This for Optima for the Nebraska camp. And I wanted to speak on just this video. You know, it ain't no big deal, you know, as far as like I'm like empathizing, because it's just the ways of the devil. All right. The point I wanted to get is that within the video, we're seeing a man, wow, a man being jailed, that was jailed, obviously, and incarcerated, and he was agreeing to this test or simulation. What looked like he was being shocked in the chest with a shocker vest that they was testing. All right, and this is what you call a medical apartheid, man. All right, and within the video, someone made a comment. If I can get it. All right, so I'm gonna get it real quick. I'm gonna go into but then I'm gonna get the exact comment, and I quote. It says, "Guys, he isn't even handcuffed or strapped down. He's willingly sitting there. Stop the misinformation, please. I'm like 80% sure he could have taken it off." And this is this is how the devil operates. Okay, sure you can take it off. All right, they're always trying to, you know, Satan does that, but the whole point is that this is a historical thing that has been going on, and I forget the Nuremberg. It stems from the Nuremberg Code. Okay, and it's like this fucking phone, man. Technology just got so many damn pop-ups and blocks you out. Okay. So I'm trying to type it up. Okay, the Nuremberg Code. It says the Nuremberg Code is a set of ethical research principles for human experimentation, created by the U.S. by the court in the U.S. versus Brand, one of the subsequent Nuremberg trials that were held the Second World War. So pretty much they need to consent to fuck over you. That's all it is. All right. It doesn't mean that you ain't getting fucked over. Okay. Silly rabbit. But that ain't silly. Esau just they like to omit the truth because they're damn demons. You can sit there and watch somebody get tortured and say, "Oh, he sat down. He sat down and he allowed it." There's circumstances such as they had a point to where a kid had lice, and they want to do an experiment on the kid. So once they got a hold of him and the doctors, what they did was offer him McDonald's so they can do an experiment on him. And he didn't even have lice. It's just kids had lice, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And he agreed to it willingly and got experimented on. Didn't even know that he was about to get tortured. All right. There's hundreds and thousands of cases. The way the medical field is today is from damn near torture, Dr. Frankenstein type of stuff. So this is some deep-rooted wickedness right here. Okay? And how this demon reacted to that is the exact reason why they created this, so they can circumvent. You know, that man could have been there like on a possession. That thing says on a possession charge. You know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to get out of jail. Probably ain't had no money. They probably trumped the charges up, saying gonna do 5, 10 years and shit like that. He don't belong in there. That man probably had some weed or some shit. End up getting, you know what I'm saying? That's what they'll do to you. They'll trump a charge up on you. Okay? Just like they used to do with the DNA. They used to actually take Jake, cut him, and then go somewhere and put their blood on a gun. Or they used to do things like that. All right? Just because Esau creates, you know what I'm saying? Like Esau is a snake, man. So yeah, that man sat there for that. Not willingly, he was beguiled. Okay? You shouldn't be doing shit to end up in there, but sometimes Esau get a hold of you, man. Okay? That's why we need to stay prayed up, but outside of that, because the Lord said, touch not my anointed, man. Jacob better wake up, come in his truth, get protected, man. And it ain't like you're going to be protected from said danger, but you ain't going to be strapped to no fucking vest in no prison and they just turn your ass out with all kind of tricks of torture. Okay? But my whole point is this ain't well, he's just sitting there. But at the same time, you'll sit there and let a woman sign a contract marriage wise and then say she was under duress or something like that. So and you could sue them. But she sat there and Willie opened her legs, all kind of things. This is the hypocrisy of Esau. Okay? Let me get the scripture to end it off. So it goes here when you go into Exodus chapter 23 and 2, it says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline many to wrest judgment. Okay? And that's what Esau loves to do. That's a tactic. He's doing it right now with these protests. Okay? They're filing a multitude to do evil. All right? They get on the news where he went bowling past 6 one day, so he's a criminal. Like he stole a whatever. He's a criminal. He deserves. So that don't justify anything, man. Why would y'all write? What's the penalty for? And I'm not justifying this shit. It's just that I'm just calling bullshit. All right. I don't care about who. If you ain't under the elect, it's whatever. But the point is that the guy in Minneapolis, oh, he had a gun. So you can't have a gun as an American now? So if I got a gun and I disagree with a police officer, right, or a Caucasian, because I didn't know that was the stipulations. If you got a gun, you need to shut the fuck up and have your shit tucked. And if somebody get loud with you, you better not say anything because you're a criminal now. Or you can't stand up and help somebody that you believe, Like I don't get niggas is saying pretty much lay down, let it happen. If you let it happen, they'll leave you alone. And we're headed towards Jacob's trouble. I'm not saying this towards prophets. I'm talking about this stupid Americans that are just sheep walking to the slaughter. If you ignore them, they'll go away ass niggas. No, they just fucking did a fucking. Let me see the budget. All right, the new ICE budget that was approved. All right, ICE new budget. They're given $75 billion. Them, they ain't going away. They just bought a $1 million building, like to believe. All right. So eventually, people are gonna start fighting back. All right, and it's gonna lead to, let's get it. You already know where I'm going. You already know where I'm going. All right. So Isaiah 19 and 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. And right now, the Egyptians against the Egyptians is that the white on white crime. I don't care if he's left side, he's tormented, he's this and that. Esau wasn't doing that to themselves. Okay? To this day, you have a dude shoot somebody, they'll take him into custody, normal. They didn't shot up a school, they just take him in, give him pizza. Now they offing each other. Now they're fighting each other. They hate each other. They're so divided by the sorcery. Okay? And that's how they want it. It tells you in the pale horse through division so they could distract you to so much where they can so the people behind the curtain could continue their devices. And you're none the wiser. Because you always want beef with every fucking body all fucking day. And you're falling for the Kool-Aid. So yeah, man, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new, man. Going back to that shit, like this torture and all that. This ain't they just need a reason. Salaki, because I kind of went into the ice because it's all kind of bullshit. But getting back to that situation with Jake, because that shit pissed me off because I did some research on that shit on how, they used to be doing Jake, man, cutting jawbones out, you know, doing all kind of shit, man. The whole Planned Parenthood, all that shit comes from that. All that shit stems from the Nuremberg Code in 1950s when they wanted to try shit on people. When they was doing it to slaves because slaves didn't have a choice, and eventually they had to let because slave masters would approve. You know what I'm saying? But eventually it just turned. They started creating laws and ideas. And prison and military was the two places that they used to circumvent the Nuremberg Code. Okay? And then they used their little tricks like offering you pizza, offering you money for skin grafts, tearing your ass up for $5. $5.99, rearrange your spine. That what the fuck they was doing. Tearing Jake back up, man. And then when they catch him, or you survive, say they got a big flu going around, you survive that motherfucker and you the only one not sick. It's over with for you. They got your ass strapped down in the basement somewhere. Cause you approved to get a ride. You say, yeah, I'll go. And you thought it was a ride. And your ass approved of it because you gave consent. Now you in the basement somewhere. But then you got Edomites that always trying to move the fucking goalposts and make themselves sound like they right. So strapping somebody to that is right. At what fucking point is that justified? Who the fuck you need that for? Yeah, Slacky, Esau's a damn devil, man. That's all I gotta say, man. With that being said, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakal Ba'akatham, double honor to our apostles, who are elders, who are well. Blessed I taste to you, brothers, out of teaching and enduring truth, sincerity. Shalom.